What is up, everyone? Welcome to the next episode in our epic reactions. I am here, as always, with the incredible Panda,
Hi guys.
and we are up to the Circe Saga of Epic the Musical.
Mm.
I can't wait to see what this is going to be, what is going on. Where it left off last time was nuts, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They had to go. He had to get past Poseidon, and then he goes,
hmm
"Remember me" at the end, and it's like, oh crud! Now they've got to go back in the water sometime.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You that's the trap here. Is at the end of the day, you got away from him, but you're on an island. You can only hide for so long.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what to expect because the thing that stands out to me as well is that this saga isn't the Poseidon saga. It's the Circe saga.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't exactly think I don't know Circe from mythology at all.
I am
The
somewhat.
only thing I know the only thing I know Cersei from is the the DC villain that is based off of her, which is a powerful sorceress that fights Wonder Woman. And I'm like, she's a bad guy. So they're on the island
Oh,
of
they
a
met.
bad guy. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I doubt they would have taken a good character from history and made them a bad guy in comic books. So I'm like, oh, this isn't going to end well for them.
No. I mean,
So
I'm
yeah.
somewhat familiar with the character. It from the Odyssey. And
hmm
if Jay, does it according to the mythology, you're gonna get pissed off at Odysseus. I'm just gonna say.
Oh no. Either way, we'll find that out. We'll find out where this is going to go. We are going to get into it right now. As always, check out the original animatic linked below and the original audio version posted by Jay. And we are going to get into this. This is Puppeteer from Epic the Musical. Let's go.
Okay.
Captain, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest. Until it is said, I cannot rest. Captain,
You really gotta make sure this island is secure.
but Captain,
There's only so much left we can endure. Whatever you need to say can wait some more.
Okay, first of all, uh, taking the lyric stuff aside,
Yeah.
the music they've done here is so much prettier and nicer and
Mhm.
sweeter than I was expecting from what would follow what we just saw. And I love that about the way that Jay writes these songs is we've said it before, you can never know what to expect coming into one of these. But
Absolutely.
on top of that, he does a great job of it's like the tide. It's these crashing waves of songs that overwhelm you and then these nice break moments where you get a chance to breathe and just sit with what just happened
Right.
before the next wave comes and knocks you over again.
Well, and it kind of makes sense if this is where he's going with it, that this is a very peaceful, very soft, very kind of gentle thing, and you see the scenery is all pink, and there's the
Yeah,
leaves blowing or what. You ever notice, like, sometimes when you're grieving, when you've gone through something traumatic and the world is shining and sunny,
mm.
and
And you
so the dichotomy is appropriate, I think.
definitely you have that moment where, and you can see it in the way this is done, with the way that Odysseus is drawn, in the fact that he is like he seems disconnected from the crew, disconnected from all of it, and
Hmm.
all that prettiness and beauty that's been drawn here. And again, credit to Gigi, the person who drew the animatics, because she's captured it really well
Oh
in
yeah.
the fact that he looks completely removed from that.
And
Uh,
I remember saying we hoped about the 43 that survived. We hoped that Yuri was one of them. So obviously he was. Okay, we got it.
yeah, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Yuri's coming into this from the lyric standpoint now. Yuri is coming into this thing going, I have to confess something, I have something to get off my chest. It's either going to go one of two ways here.
Hmm.
He's either going to be apologizing for not listening to his captain and following his captain's orders a bit better,
Yeah.
or he's doubling down on the you keep getting us into bad situations. And I don't think now is the time for Yuri to do that.
No,
I
no.
don't think now is the right moment. It's because the captain's just done at this point.
Yeah, he just said there's only so much more we can endure.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a really well written line as well, because it's speaking, I feel like, not only from there's only so much that the crew can endure in terms of attacks and things, but also there's only so much yours and my friendship can endure at this point.
Yeah.
Like, because again, we said it in the last reaction that sorry, not the last one, the one before, that if it wasn't for Yuri deciding to like question his leadership and everything, he might have trusted him a bit more to help protect the bag. The bag might not have been opened and they might have made it home. But instead we got to this.
Before I know we're talking a lot, but quick thing that gives a little more to their relationship. Somebody mentioned in the comments, Odysseus is his captain, his king, also his brother-in-law.
Oh,
He's married to Odysseus' sister.
Love that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So these two are close,
Yes.
and that's what I'm saying is that like they're close, and I feel like this dynamic of Yuri questioning him and having this tension with him is probably a very new thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be something that's been going the whole time. So yeah, either way, we've been rambling a bit. Let's get back into it. But yeah, really, really interesting way to start off this song.
Yeah.
Endure. Whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that I'm sure.
Okay.
Eurylochus, back so soon. Where's the rest of your crew? And by the gods, what happened to you?
We came across a palace. Inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice. To greet it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
She had us in just 2.
Sorry.
First of all, how dare you come at us with a beat that sick? But then you just drop everything away. A woman.
The one thing we have no power to resist. God.
Oh my god, that was brilliant. Oh my god. But taking that aside, this whole section here,
Right.
fire. Absolutely fire.
And it's interesting. We've never actually heard Jay, who voices Odysseus, we never actually heard him speak before. Always sing.
No.
Or yell or whatever. But we never actually heard him speak before. I find it interesting that he is speaking this time, and Eurylochus is actually singing, and he's getting much more power in his voice than he has before.
Mm-hmm. This feels like a much longer and much stronger spotlight on him than we've kind of had before, other than the song that they did together. In this one, I feel like we're getting a big part of him, and he's doing some bigger notes. And this little breakdown section here, where it was like that faster beat, I don't want to say a rap because it wasn't really a rap, but that bump feeling of this part was just incredible.
Well, here we go with the Hamilton comparison again. He's giving me a very Washington vibe.
Exactly. And yeah, I feel like, and again, it's not that we're comparing this to Hamilton. Obviously, they're vastly different things, and Jay is just such an incredible writer that in terms of like musical writers and songwriters of recent generations, like Lin-Manuel Miranda is peak.
Yeah.
And so to be comparing Jay's work to that or seeing similarities between it just goes to show what an incredible writer he is. but I want to hear this whole like it's one of those things of I love the swerve and the kind of out of nowhere moment of that a woman, and we expected it obviously because we know it's the Circe Saga, and like we said, we both have our own ways of having a bit of an understanding of Circe,
Right.
but with that said, it's still in that moment of da 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 da, and then everything stops. One thing we can't defend against, a woman, was just hilarious, just absolutely brilliant. All right, let's go from, we're going way back. I want to hear that full section again.
Absolutely.
We came across a palace, inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice, to greet it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster, hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
She had us in just 2 words.
Come and shine.
Damn.
Welcome to the best part of your life. Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Only I stayed outside, but the rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me bring you all something to eat. I bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
By the
I am so freaking impressed with this one.
Oh yeah.
The fact that this has been like 4 different songs in one at this point.
Yeah.
We started off with, like I said, that soft kind of sweet feeling that felt out of place with the lyrics because of how tragic everything that was going on was. Then we've gone into this kind of the like Yuri doing that kind of big notes, switching it into a rap bit. And now we've come into this poppy chorus with Circe that is just so freaking well written. And it's really well done because it is kind of it's giving me the similar vibes to Greet the World with Open Arms in that kind of fun, happy way. But at the same time, you can feel something sinister mixed in there.
Well, and also she has a very her accent is very posh. And she reminds me, it's almost a little bit of a Mary Poppins vibe, where it's the disarming, I'm going to take care of you, you're fine.
Yes.
Everything is peaceful, you don't have to worry. You know, those kind of vibes.
Yeah. But there's something in the performance that she's doing as well, in the fact that, like I said, the line, I've got you, Circe's got you now. It's meaning like the trap of it is that she's meaning it in a way of, oh, I'll look after you, you're safe now. But it's got that double meaning, and the way that she's performing it comes through with that double meaning of, you're in my trap, you're in the spider's web, I've got you now.
Right.
And it's just great writing, but also great performance by the singer that she's managing to put that in there.
Well, I took notes from like last time. So
Wow.
I've got the person
Came prepared.
I know. Yuri his name is Armando Julian, and Circe is Taylor Sindel. I've never heard of her before. It is not
Neither have I.
Same person, not the same person. It's not Tegan from that's Athena, but so we've got a new person.
With new person with an incredible voice as well, which at this point it's just like it's the expectation with Epic the Musical is just I'm going to be introduced to these incredible singers because I don't think we've really touched on it that much, but Yuri's vocals through this whole thing have been phenomenal. Every time I unpause, he does another kind of like waving little note that's just so good. And I keep meaning to mention it, but I'm so caught up in the lyrical content and the actual story that I keep forgetting to. But yeah, incredible vocals going on in this song.
So let's find out what happens now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I'm really liking this poppy chorus.
Let me bring you all something to eat. I bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet. I've got you, don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. for inside the meal,
Think of your past
she had cast a spell.
and your mistakes.
They began to squeal
They'll be the
and grow
last
snouts and tails.
mistakes you'll make.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
They transformed,
This is the price.
and it wasn't quick.
We paid to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
She turned them into pigs? Okay. On one hand, again, that makes a lot of sense because I only know Circe from DC, and I'm pretty sure she has that MO in DC. Panda, I'm not sure if we've lost your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you right now.
Stay here. Hold on.
There we go. You're back. Don't know why you were gone, but you're back.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that was bizarre. Sorry, guys. We lost Panda's microphone for a second there, but yeah. So
Yeah, she does. That is her power. She's a sorceress. And it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like if you catch back on her lyrics at the beginning, she says, "I'm sure you're tired of all the years spent on your feet." How does she know?
yeah, that was my first thought when we unpaused as well, because that line was almost immediately after we paused, and she's like, she said that, and I'm like, how would you know, ma'am? And I'm like, maybe it's just that they look ragged or look like they've been on the sea for years, but
Right.
nope, yeah.
And she's positively delighted over the lines that she's doing of "I have all the power now."
Yeah, and that line of "I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer" is absolutely fire. But transforming them into pigs, like I said, it's something that I like. The Circe character from the DC does, so I'm guessing again they've lifted it almost straight from as if that character lived in ancient Greece, and they pulled them into modern world to put them in the comic books. But yeah, other than that, I wasn't quite expecting it, and even if Odysseus has gone straight into, we need to go and save them. That's the caption is still on screen there of those words. How are you a sorcerer? Like the best you can hope for is to go back there and strike a deal with her, or threaten her and force her to turn them back, if she can. But
Well, his
like,
MO has been to threaten, so we'll see.
yeah, because at this point, if they're just gonna treat it like the Cyclops and run in and try and kill it, then it's going to be a situation where it's like, okay, cool, yeah, you killed the witch. How do you turn the pigs back? So hopefully they come up with a better plan than that, because my first thought was save them. How? But yeah, either way, that this whole Circe section here was done so incredibly well, because it, again, you knew that something sinister was going on, and I knew a pivot was going to come. I just didn't expect it to come so soon.
Yeah.
But having it jump back between the part she's singing and Yuri telling the story, they got to progress that so quickly and just get straight to everything went bad fast. But yeah, all right, let's keep going.
No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm a puppeteer, yeah.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't. Look at all we've lost and all we've learned. Every single cost is so much more than what we've earned. Think about the men we have left before they're none. Let's just cut our losses, you and I, and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it was you I had to save. I can only hope you'd do the same.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I gotta say, normally I am like, I feel like normally in past reactions I would have agreed with Yuri here, but you got to give it to Odysseus. Like, he's the captain. You got to protect your crew. He's doing the right thing by saying,
Yeah.
it's our job. Like, again, if it was Yuri in there, he'd do nothing. He'd stop at nothing to save him. So why should he treat any of the rest of his crew the same way? You know, like they've got to try. But Yuri makes a great point as well of, can we really sacrifice much more? Can we really put our men in much more danger? Yeah.
And again, I don't blame him at this point, because they're coming off of, so much trauma, and he's also,
Mhm.
again, he's been the voice of reason so much. It's when they're facing this big of an unknown that can apparently turn people into pigs in an instant.
Mhm.
What can we do?
Yeah, exactly. And they don't have any information about what they're up against. They know not to eat the food. That's about all they know. So yeah. Either way, yeah, it could go. Yeah, this is. I say it could. It's probably going to go very bad for them. But we'll see. Let's go.
Hope you do the same.
I can hear her still,
No one will find
and her voice deceives.
their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My name's and I.
Will you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
She's a
Yeah.
clever witch,
This is the price.
and she's hard to slay.
We paid along.
It's a game of wits,
We draw the line.
but you don't have to play.
What's wrong above?
I have to try.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
Whoa!
Oh, hang on.
Did you see it? The animatic at the end there.
I saw that.
The number of pigs that are there. Like she's got her 3 latest ones that she just turned. How many people has she done this to?
So she's clearly got practice at this. Okay.
Yeah. We have a serial pigger. This is like
I'm sorry, I blew people's eardrums out.
it was alright, it wasn't that loud. But yeah, I love the way they've put this song together in terms of that chorus that every time she's singing and we're getting her sing, you have it keep cutting back to a conversation that's going on between Yuri and Odysseus. Like that kind of they'll say a line, she'll come in with this gorgeous singing. It'll go back and it's such a like duality. It's such 2 different ways of the song being done because hers are always so like and theirs are just these sudden pointed moments. But it sounds so good when it's put together.
It does, and I like the idea that it helps you feel like that all this is going on simultaneously. That she's reveling in what she's done. They've only been pigs for just a minute, and Yuri's still trying to keep Odysseus back. A lot of times in things, you'll have them do her whole spiel, and then you'll do the conversation all in a flashback, and sometimes it can be just confusing to go back and forth to try to figure out where we are in the timeline. So I like that this is all kind of concurrent.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm also feeling like we're seeing a bit of a trend. And this could be more the style of the animatic than the actual song itself or what the intention was for the song. But something that I'm liking here is that this is at least the second, if not more, occasion where something's presented itself and Odysseus has just started running straight towards it. Go, go, go. While like at this stage, he's got Yuri trying to be like, hey, no, stop and think for a moment.
Yep.
Like in the animatic here, as soon as he's decided we need to save them, he's started moving and started walking to go and save them. And Yuri's like following along, being like, think about this. She's strong. She's dangerous. What can we really do? But Odysseus is still walking. And it's getting to be almost a character trait of him of not only being put in these dangerous situations, but running headlong into them.
I'm starting to wonder if Homer was doing a satire here because everybody says, Odysseus was the smartest, most wise man of his day, and he continuously does stupid things.
Well, again, wisdom versus intelligence. He's very, very clever, but doesn't always make the smartest choices. So yeah, and again, it like I'm not saying I don't know enough about the Odyssey to say anything about that, but yeah, in terms of the choice he's making, he's doing the best with the situations that are presented. Because in this one here, sending people off to scout the island and make sure they're safe. Perfectly smart choice. He's now been put in a situation where his hand's been forced because as the captain, he doesn't want to abandon his men. Again, cool. It would have been a very ruthless and heartless decision to do anything else, not to mention the fact that anything else would have entailed getting back on the water where Poseidon's waiting for them. So his hand is very forced in this situation, so he can't be blamed. But at the same time, yeah, he keeps getting himself in situations where he's just fighting monsters and gods, and you're just a man, Odysseus.
So let's see how this choice gets him.
Yeah, well, that's the end of this song.
Wait.
So that was once we hit past the pigs, we got onto the that was the end.
Right.
Yeah. So
Dang.
So yeah, I am super curious to see what is going to happen in the next two songs, because this is a shorter saga. There's only 3 songs to this one, and then I believe, there's 4 of this one.
There's 4.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. I thought that this one was one with 3. It must be the next one that's got 3. Awesome. So yeah, I'm super curious to see what is actually going to happen in this one and where it goes, because yeah, I can't imagine them storming the castle is going to go too well.
Have fun storming the castle.
Yeah. I'm also wondering at this stage, and don't give me spoilers, but I'm also wondering, say you said at the start that from your knowledge of the Odyssey, I was going to end up annoyed at Odysseus. I'm wondering if that is for the choice for them to go now and try and save the crew, or if he's going to make some other stupid decision eventually. But either way, don't spoil it for me. We're going to find out. But yeah, I think I could wind up getting even more annoyed at him.
Yeah, we got 3 songs left to go, so we'll find out.
Yep, exactly. All right, well, we will see you all in the next reaction. Thank you all so much for watching, and please check out the original video linked in the description below. There's the animatic and Jay's original audio down there, so check both of those out. Also, check out Panda's incredible channel. She will be posting part 2, and I will be posting part 3 back here, so we do them back and forth on weeks. So check out part 2 on her channel, as well as all of her awesome Halloween content that she's currently putting out. And yeah, leave us a like on this video, leave us a comment, and subscribe. It means the world to both of us if you subscribe to both of our channels, because it helps out so much. And we both have Patreon, so check us out over on Patreon if you want to support the channel even more. I do weekly polls, weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel. So check all that out over there. Panda also has an incredible number of goodies, which we will get into in her reaction when it's posted on her channel. And yeah, we will see you then. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.